Hey, it's David, and welcome to the Orangeville Home Prices Report, where we are going to talk today about what's going on in the market. I'm not going to make this a long video. I'm going to make it short and sweet for all of you, but I wanted to make it so that way you would get a printed version or you could get a video version, because I think it's important to have the context of what's going on added to the report, because again, you're only going to get like a two-dimensional side when you just kind of look at numbers. But with me talking, it's kind of like as if you're sitting next to me and we're going through this. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on. In January, things were moving. I'm not gonna. I mean, it's moving well. We had 30 sales that happened. Active listings, we had 59, and there was 56 new listings. So I mean, there was a lot of selling going on in that time period. Now, the one thing that you need to know is we have like low inventory. I mean, it's a seller's market. Anything above 50, 60% of sales to new listings, that's what's going on. Anything down in the 20 to 25% range, that generally means it's a buyer's market. So right now you're looking in seller's market territory where it's been for quite a while. So the median home price in Orangeville is $519,000 for last month. Obviously, year to date is the same because we only have 1 month that we're kind of reporting on. Average days on market for January was 29 days. So homes are selling pretty good. And I threw in some fun facts here, just for all the folks who like to see things in a visual format. The average sale price in Orangeville is $535,000, so that's an improvement over the previous year at $524 in change. You're looking at a 2% increase. In terms of days on market, we're down from what we were last year. Last year was 41, so it's a decrease of 29%. Active listings, so we're up about 7.3% from where we were this time last year. And number of sales, we're up 42% from where we were last year as well. So things are definitely moving in the right direction. We're also, so when you look at that sales to new listings, I mean, we're up 65% from where we were last year. I mean, last year we only had 34 properties that came up. This year we got 56. So it's quite amazing. And then median price, again, for detached went down slightly, not very much. You're only looking at a decrease of about $4,000. Semis were up, townhouses were down, condos were down from where they were last year. Again, small numbers, except condos. Condos kind of went down probably a good number. I mean, you have to remember, we're looking at like small numbers, so the drops may be very volatile, very like spiking on the up and then spiking on the down. So if you looked at it as a whole with the GTA, the numbers would be more streamlined. So you do see that, especially when we have lower sales in areas. Okay. Average days on market in Orangeville. Okay. So what was interesting, if you looked back, 2008, things were not so good, right? 2009, things weren't that good. And then it kind of dropped. It got a little bit better, right? So we were kind of more balanced marketplace. And then 2015 hit, and then 2016 went nuts, and everything. The days on market just dropped. It was crazy. But as you can see, since 2016, it's kind of started to go back up on the rise again. Okay. Everyone always says, "Hey, Dave, you know what? Properties are selling. We can list it at any price, yada, yada, yada." Well, here's the thing. Not every property sells, right? So the one that's in gold there, you can see, is lower than the one that's been listed, what's in black. So 2016 and 2015, those are the 2 years where things were really good. So pretty much you listed, it's sold. But we've experienced something different over the last number of years, and we're having properties not selling compared to ones that are selling. So you're seeing the gap starting to grow, to get a little bit bigger. So pricing is super important. Location of your property is important. The condition of your property is important. These are things that you need to make sure that if you're going to be selling, that you kind of tackle those things sooner than later. You don't want to be listing it, next month, unless your house is pretty much, everything's kind of done, or you list it as is, but you get a lower price for it. Medium sale price in Orangeville. So this was an interesting chart for a couple of reasons. So for the last 4 years, right? So purple was the lowest, and that's 2015. 2016, you can see it was just kind of like a steady rise, right? But then something happened in 2017 where the market just went bonkers and everything just went straight up, just like no tomorrow. Sorry about that. I don't know why that keeps popping up. So things just went crazy and it just literally just went straight up. But then it starts to balance out, right? And then it starts to dip a little bit. And that little dip is when they did the changes with the stress test for mortgages. So that little dip at the end between the black line, which is 2018, which is last year, you can see, right? There's a little white gap in there. So it did drop a little bit, but then it kind of picked up again last year and we went up. So we weren't up huge amounts. Like I said, we were up like 2%, or was it 7%? Overall. So I mean, yes, we did see changes. So again, interesting chart to look at. GTA house values versus interest rates. Interest rates have been going down. House values have been going up. And that's just what's happened. And, that's the market that we've been living in. As crazy as it sounds. So last 6 months of sales by property type. So again, not a lot of condo sales. And typically we're in a small town. We don't have a lot. But again, typically what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of movement, a lot homes, they get listed in the condo price range and then they sell pretty much right away to a degree. But, a couple of months you had 100% in there. And, and then the list the sale to list price is pretty much selling like 99% of asking. Okay. And days on market is fairly low as well. Condo apartments, again, we're lower in Orangeville. Typically you, again, will see like as soon as it gets listed, they sell out pretty quick because again, we don't have a lot of them. Okay. Supply and demand kicks in. Freehold townhouses. Yeah, we have a lot more of those than we do semis, believe it or not. And the prices of these ones have been generally going up. And again, you can see, like December, we kind of cleaned out quite a bit of inventory, and then January we didn't sell any, right? So again, you have some months where you're doing really well, and then all of a sudden, things, no one's looking for a townhouse in January. So it's interesting each one of these months, but you can also see the days on market is fairly low as well. Semis, again, like I said, we don't have huge numbers, but again, they are moving quite well. October and November, we saw pretty much 100% in terms of sales to new listings. And then the prices, right, they fluctuate from month to month. And then the days on market, again, is fairly low. And then you get to the meat of the report, and that's pretty much where you hit detached homes. And that's generally what Orangeville has most of, and most towns do. So generally what you're seeing, again, you've got a couple of months in there where you saw 100% sales plus. And then you see a couple of other ones that are lower where, you're 49 day, 49%, 68%, 68.54. So again, when you start getting up in price, the value, right, it gets a little bit lower. And you can also see in November, we even dropped down to 97% of asking. But then we kind of bumped it up again, finished off the year strong. So again, days on market, you're looking at about, last, like in January was 30 days, right? So again, it kind of breaks it down to show what's going on. So if your house is priced right, if it shows well, you have the professional photos, you have a proper marketing plan, you have these things in place, things can work really well for you. So if you'd like to know more, what we can do is you can take me up on some of the options that we have. One of them is a Water's Advantage room by room review, where we can come in and I can tell you, things that you can be doing to, increase the value of your home, put you on a kind of a budget plan. There's also how to sell your house for top dollar fast that you have in your package that was mailed to you. You can ask for, go for a pinpoint price analysis, where I'll come over and we'll actually sit down, look at the numbers of sales of homes that compare to yours, what they have, what yours has, what things that you don't have that the other one has. Listing in the one side of Orangeville is different than listing in the other side of Orangeville. So very, very different. It's very localized. I talked about room by room review, and then we've got our silent market, which is, if you really don't want to put it on the market, but you want to sell it, then you can kind of take advantage of the silent market as well. So that's the report for this month. Hopefully it was helpful and you got something out of it and it was educational for you. And we'll be back next month. And if you have any questions, just reach out. You can shoot me off an email, or you can give me a call. Again, 519-215-0107 is probably the best way. You can send me a text, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful day. And until next month, stay safe. Take care. Bye for now.